Israel vs Iran, who has the upper hand? We've all heard about these two nations who are constantly at loggerheads with one another, but who has the upper hand? Is it Israel or is it Iran? In this video, we are going to be looking at their strengths and weaknesses to find out which one of them comes out on top. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have Israel's military strengths. The first thing we should mention is that Israel has one of the most advanced air forces in the world. This means that they can strike targets both within their borders and outside of their borders, even deep within enemy territory. Just recently, they launched airstrikes against Iranian-backed militias inside Syria. The mission was called Operation Shadow, and it targeted underground sites belonging to those militias. The Israeli Air Force flew sorties into Syria and dropped bombs from the air, but they also employed the use of drones. These drones are known as Harop drones, and they are loitering munitions. What makes them special is that, unlike regular drones that drop one munition and then fly back, these ones can loiter over their target area for an extended period of time. They can do this for hours if need be, waiting for the right moment to strike before finally returning to base. If the target moves out of the way, they can follow it and still complete their mission. We don't know too much about them, but it's believed that there are different versions of them. Some have a top-over attack where the munition comes down onto the target from above. This is especially effective because when the target hears the drone coming in, they will probably look up and try to evade it. However, since it comes from above, there's almost no time for them to react. It could even fool some targets into thinking that they're safe if they were in cover. For example, if they were in a bunker or a building, they would be fooled into thinking that they're safe. But the bomb could simply come down through the roof and destroy the bunker. They are smart weapons as well, and they can be programmed to avoid civilian infrastructure. This helps to limit civilian casualties and collateral damage, which is important to Israel as they fight against enemies who purposely try to hide among civilians. Not only that, but Israel is developing a new drone factory. This factory will produce hundreds of combat drones every single year, strengthening their air force. Speaking of their air force, we should mention that they have more than just fighter jets and drones. Israel is also developing its own stealth aircraft. They call it the EPOR, and it's supposed to enter service in 2028. We don't know too much about it, but it looks like it's going to be an amazing aircraft. It will be multi-role, meaning that it can take on multiple roles in a conflict. This includes ground attack, air superiority, and reconnaissance missions. Speaking of reconnaissance missions, Israel's Air Force does a lot of recon missions inside Syria. They use it to keep tabs on Iran and Hezbollah's activities inside Syria. Because Israel doesn't really feel safe having an enemy at its doorstep. This is why they have been launching airstrikes against Iran and Hezbollah inside Syria. 2 counter-ballistic missiles and rockets being fired into Israel. Israel has developed one of the most famous defense systems in the world. This system is known as the Iron Dome. This system is designed to intercept and destroy short-range ballistic missiles and artillery shells. It was developed in response to the constant rocket attacks from Gaza. The rockets used against Israel vary, but they can cause significant damage if they land on civilian areas. This system uses a combination of radar and sophisticated algorithms to detect incoming projectiles and calculate their trajectory. Once a threat is detected, the system automatically launches interceptor missiles to intercept the incoming projectiles mid-flight. The interceptor missiles are equipped with a proximity fuse that detonates the missile prior to impact, breaking it apart into harmless fragments. The entire process, from detection to interception, takes place within seconds. There are different versions of the Iron Dome. Some are mounted on trucks, and others are placed in containers. This makes them mobile, so they can be moved around easily. One of the biggest advantages of the Iron Dome is its mobility. Its mobility allows it to be deployed in a variety of locations, including urban areas, military bases, and along borders. This is especially useful in densely populated areas where traditional missile defense systems may not be feasible due to the risk of collateral damage. The system has been highly effective in intercepting incoming rockets and missiles, destroying them before they reach their intended targets. This has helped to protect civilian lives and property during times of conflict. Another advantage of the Iron Dome is its cost-effectiveness compared to other missile defense systems. While the cost per launch is relatively high, the overall cost of the system is lower. This is because the system is designed to intercept only short-range missiles and artillery shells, which are less expensive to shoot down than long-range ballistic missiles. The Iron Dome has been widely publicized as one of Israel's most successful military technologies. It's a testament to the country's innovation and technological advancement in the field of defense. Overall, the Iron Dome is a highly effective and cost-efficient missile defense system that has significantly enhanced Israel's ability to protect its citizens from incoming rockets and missiles. Another thing we should mention is that Israel has one of the best intelligence agencies in the world. This agency is known as the Mossad, and it is responsible for gathering intelligence, conducting covert operations, and carrying out assassinations. One of the most notable operations carried out by the Mossad was the rescue of Israeli citizens from Ethiopia in the 1980s. During this operation, the Mossad worked with the Ethiopian government to identify and extract Ethiopian Jews who wished to immigrate to Israel. Despite facing logistical and political challenges, the Mossad successfully brought hundreds of Ethiopian Jews to Israel, which had a significant impact on the country's history and identity. The Mossad also played a key role in the capture of Adolf Eichmann in Argentina in 1960. Eichmann was a high-ranking Nazi official who was responsible for organizing the deportation of Jews to concentration camps during World War II. With the help of Israeli agents, Eichmann was kidnapped and brought to Israel, where he was put on trial and eventually executed. The Mossad's involvement in these operations demonstrated the agency's commitment to protecting the interests of the Jewish people and the State of Israel. Moving on to the next point, Israel enjoys strong military support and cooperation with the United States. This cooperation extends to various aspects of the Israeli military, including training, intelligence sharing, and joint exercises. The U.S. provides Israel with substantial military aid, which helps to strengthen Israel's defense capabilities. This aid includes advanced weapons, surveillance technologies, and intelligence sharing. Moreover, the U.S. and Israel conduct regular joint military exercises, which enhance interoperability between the two militaries and promote cooperation in a variety of scenarios. This cooperation and support have been crucial for Israel's security and have played a significant role in its ability to defend itself against external threats. Now we'll move on to Israel's weaknesses. And the first thing we should mention is that Israel is a small country with a limited pool of manpower. This can make it challenging to maintain a large and well-trained military force, especially when compared to larger countries with larger populations. Despite these challenges, Israel has been able to maintain a strong military through selective service and a robust defense industry. Selective service is a system that requires eligible citizens to register for military service. In Israel, all male citizens are required to serve in the military for a certain period of time, while women are eligible for service, and many choose to do so. This ensures that Israel has a steady stream of trained soldiers and officers. Israel's defense industry plays a crucial role in the country's military capabilities. The industry produces a wide range of military equipment, including armored vehicles, drones, and missile defense systems. This helps to offset any limitations imposed by Israel's size and population. The next weakness we should discuss is that Israel is surrounded by regional threats. This means that they have to maintain a state of constant vigilance, which can be exhausting for both the soldiers and the nation as a whole. Additionally, these threats often come from countries and organizations that are backed by larger powers, such as Iran and its allies, making it difficult for Israel to respond without risking wider conflict. Israel has to carefully consider its options and seek international support when necessary. Moving on to the next point, Israel is heavily reliant on foreign military aid, particularly from the United States. While this aid has been crucial for Israel's security, it also creates a degree of dependency. Changes in U.S. government policy or priorities could potentially impact the level of support provided to Israel, creating uncertainty for Israel's defense planning. Now, we'll move on to Iran's military strengths. And the first thing we should mention is that Iran has one of the largest standing armies in the region. This means that they have a large pool of manpower that they can draw from in case of a conflict. In addition to their large army, Iran also has a number of proxy forces in the region, such as Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthi rebels in Yemen, and various Shiite militias in Iraq and Syria. These proxy forces are often supported by Iran, and they can act as extensions of Iran's military capabilities. Iran's ballistic missile arsenal poses a significant threat to regional stability and security. Iran has developed a variety of ballistic missiles with different ranges and capabilities. including intercontinental ballistic missiles, which can travel thousands of miles. These missiles could potentially be used to deliver nuclear warheads, which raises concerns about Iran's nuclear program and its potential to develop nuclear weapons. Iran's geographic position is a strategic advantage for them. They're located at the crossroads of major shipping routes, giving them control over important trade routes. This strategic location also makes it difficult for any potential adversaries to invade or attack the country due to the vast and rugged terrain that covers much of the country. Iran's military strengths include its large standing army, proxy forces, ballistic missile arsenal, and strategic geographic position. Moving on to Iran's weaknesses. One of their weaknesses is that their air force is outdated and lacks advanced fighter jets and other military equipment. It holds them back from showing strength and protecting themselves. Iran's military equipment is subject to economic sanctions imposed by the United States and other countries, which restricts Iran's ability to acquire new equipment and technology. This has led to Iran investing in research and development of its own military equipment and technology. But the sanctions continue to hamper Iran's efforts to modernize its military. A lack of advanced defense systems. And Iran has limited access to advanced defense systems, which can make it more vulnerable to air and missile attacks. This vulnerability is exacerbated by the threat posed by Iran's nuclear program and its potential to develop nuclear weapons. The lack of advanced defense systems also limits Iran's ability to project power and defend its interests in the region. So now we'll answer the question, who has the upper hand, Israel or Iran? We can conclude that Israel has the upper hand in terms of military capabilities and technology. Israel's military is highly advanced and technologically superior to Iran's, with a strong emphasis on air power, intelligence gathering, and special forces. Israel also has a well-trained and experienced military force that has been involved in numerous conflicts in the region. On the other hand, Iran's military is larger in size, but lacks the same level of technology and training as Israel's military. Iran's military equipment is also subject to international sanctions, which limits its ability to modernize and improve its capabilities. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.